Yo, Coach Steph here. In this video, I want to break down exactly what the pain cycle is and how you've probably been caught in it as an athlete or a very active person. This is stuff that had I known 5, 10 years ago, I would have saved myself from a ton of pain, a surgery, missed athletic opportunities, and most importantly, frustration and anxiety surrounding my performance. I don't see many other trainers or coaches talking about this stuff, so chances are you've never heard this broken down the way that I'm about to. And of course, by the end of the video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to overcome the pain cycle to perform completely pain-free. So please stick around to the end of this video because I'm sure this is gonna completely change the way that you approach training. All right, so here's a diagram of the pain cycle. We're gonna start right here with pain. Let's say you injure your ankle. This applies to any injury, severe or not, but let's use an ankle sprain as an example. The moment you sprain that ankle is the introduction to the cycle. Your body's first alarm is gonna be pain, right? So after you experience that pain, the ankle is gonna undergo a protective response called muscle guarding. And this is basically when the muscles around the injured area tighten up as a way of protecting it. This can obviously be very beneficial to prevent further damage to the ankle, just like a cast or a boot, a splint would. But we run into problems when our ankle never lets go of the tension. This is what leads to restricted mobility. That ankle just gets used to holding tension, and as time goes on, it gets more and more locked up. So this will probably show up in a movement like front squatting, where having sufficient ankle mobility is necessary to do the movement correctly. If you don't have enough range through the ankle, you're gonna end up compensating by bending forward at your spine to keep yourself from falling backwards. Now, over time, if your ankle stays locked up, the surrounding muscles are gonna start to weaken and atrophy. After ankle sprains, it's really common for a group of muscles called the ankle inverters to weaken. With that weakening comes a loss of function. Because these muscles aren't able to provide the strength and the support that they're used to, the ankle joint just doesn't operate as it's supposed to, which can lead to pain and injuries in other areas up the chain of your body. And ultimately, this might lead you to avoid certain movements or activities that you know cause pain, which leads to further degradation of the ankle and weakening of crucial movement patterns. This avoidance to certain movements and activities will often lead people to lose confidence in their body's ability to function and perform, and it's really a negative mental spiral from there. You see that you're not functioning how you want, so the negative thoughts start to creep in like, why is my ankle so messed up? Why can't I do this anymore? My ankle is so weak. And of course, these thoughts come with emotions like anger, frustration, sadness, and they show up in the body as more tension and overall stress that just makes the problems even worse. So these negative thoughts and feelings end up feeding back into the pain cycle and it just keeps circulating. All right, so if you're no stranger to this cycle, just drop me a like below so that I know you guys feel me right now. Now I'm gonna get into how to break this cycle. We can break it from multiple angles, but it's really important that this is a holistic approach because that's what's gonna allow you to break free for good. A great place to start is bringing awareness to your thoughts and your emotions attached to your pain. So just notice the thoughts that circulate in your head and the feelings that come up in your body when you feel the pain. There's no need to analyze the things that come up. Just observe them without judgment or further interpretation, and just try to minimize your emotional reaction. Clearing up all these negative mental and emotional patterns will ultimately allow you to just create a better relationship to your pain and see it for what it really is: feedback. Pain is simply your body giving you feedback on how to make it function better. There's usually signs like discomfort and tightness that serve as warning signs before pain, but pain manifests when we consistently ignore these initial signals. Once you're aware of what is actually circulating within you, replace those thoughts and emotions that aren't serving you with ones that will help you heal and regain function. Visualize what it would feel like to move pain-free, what it'd be like to carry out your favorite activities without worrying and to just be completely bulletproof. Something that's been really helpful for me is mentally rehearsing the task that I want to do pain-free, aiming to feel every inch of that movement. So as I go through it, I'm looking for any specific points in the movement where I tense up and I just don't feel as connected to the movement. So I will go back to the start of the movement, go over it again, iron it out, and really just consciously relax my body and stay focused to make sure that I go through the motions in a very smooth and fluid way. Now, this technique alone is enough to give you crazy gains, but you want to tackle this from the physical side of things as well. So you're going to want to understand exactly what imbalances are present in your body. And if you don't know exactly what's going on, you're just going to be playing a guessing game on what areas should be relaxed versus what areas should be strengthened. Should I stretch this muscle or mobilize that joint? You got to get in tune with your specific issues so that you can get to the root cause and correct it. Some corrective exercises that are great for certain imbalances may just exacerbate others. So be careful doing any old exercises you see on the internet because they're not all created equal. As a general rule of thumb, working on your foot function and your deep core activation are great places to start to rebuild your foundation and break that pain cycle. I cover all of that in depth in my previous video, and I'll have my editor link that for me somewhere on the screen so you can head over to that if you haven't seen it. And if you're seriously tired of looping through the pain injury cycle and you know your foundation needs work, but you don't really know where to start, how to assess yourself, what exercises and progressions to program, and you'd like my help with all of that, book in a completely free call below, and we'll chat about things like your past injury history, your training background, and anything else necessary for me to see if I can truly help you. So if that sounds fair, book in a call below and we'll chat it up soon. Peace.